You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZWLP Conroe and 106.1 KZCCLP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez, Hispanic Chamber Connection Radio Show. Welcome to the program. Good afternoon. It is a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. We are here in Conroe, overlooking, I guess, Main Street, all the cars and all the traffic and everything else of this beautiful small town, Conroe, Texas. Thank you so much for listening. And we want to just get right to it and tell you that our program is designed for and created by and run by our members. And if you're a member of this Chamber of Commerce, we greet you. We thank you so much for being a listener. And please realize we do this program for your visibility. We do it so that you can get out there and be known. And you don't have to be any kind of celebrity or have any kind of experience to be on the show. All you need to do is be a member. Let me know you want to be on the program, and we'll schedule you. And it goes about a month out. So we really don't... or not able to schedule people right away. And that's a good thing, because that lets you kind of prepare and get nervous and get ready. No nerves, no need. And you'll see during the program, when we talk to our guests today, it's very simple, very straightforward, and there you go. So our guests today are folks that do a program that I have had, and I'll repeat this because people need to know this. I've had a plan like theirs, like the one they can offer you for more than 20 years. It's saved me thousands of dollars in my business and my personal life, and I can't say enough good things about a Legal Shield plan. So we're here with Colleen Godot and Tony Godot. Is Godot the right way to say it?
Yes, that's the correct way.
Well, thank you very much for being on the program, Colleen and Tony.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us here.
And so I'll direct my questions and answers and all to both. Mm-hmm. And the way you guys can do this is just sort of go, I'm first or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
You know, so
Big as that.
and plus we also have a celebrity in the house today.
Yeah.
So for the people that are watching, this is Martha Flores.
Hello.
She's like, hello. She doesn't always talk like that, but Martha, and she's with us by way of me saying to her, what are you doing later? She said, nothing. I said, good. Come with me to Conroe and be on the show. Check it out. Nice. Or, be with us, because she's used to it. She goes on television, on radio all the time.
Nice.
As you can tell. Look.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
I'm just a watcher and listener today.
A watcher and listener, and she'll ask questions, because you'll see. Anyway, she's backup. So again, thank you for being on the program, Colleen and Tony.
You're welcome.
So we just did earlier, and this is how we always start our show, is just by telling people what we've done getting here at our what do you call this thing we just did? Networking
event.
Networking
yes.
lunch. We do it every week. What am I saying? Okay, so we had 43 people there today. And
Awesome.
Yes.
but it started kind of weird, right?
Yeah, it did kind of a little bit weird, but
Okay.
it was good.
I don't mind being told that. All right. So, well, let me tell you what happened. In general, and for the listeners that are out there, we actually don't force, but we really strongly encourage referral. People giving each other referrals, doing business with each other. So we don't just tell them, okay, guys, we're here. Let's have lunch. And we go far beyond that. Mm-hmm. We actually force it a little bit, and we've been doing that for the past month, and it's been very successful. We've had very good feedback. Today, for whatever reason, I don't know if he's listening, but if Stan Milliken is listening, hey, Stan. Basically, he came in and he said, yeah, we're going to move the tables today. And I go, nah, let's just do them the way they are. Let's see what happens, So Stan and I made a quick decision of not moving the tables to facilitate the networking portion of our meeting today. Okay. And so when we started the commercials are very boring. And I always get, oh, my God, there she goes again to talk about herself forever. And, okay. So we did 30 seconds, and when it started, you could feel the energy drop.
Yeah.
And when that happened, I said, okay, forget it. We're just going to stop and do it over again. And that's when we shifted from commercials to facilitated networking at your tables.
Yeah, it was so good. Couldn't get some people to shut up after a while.
I know. Well,
Right.
You say the word shut up and people love you. I say the word shut up and I get in trouble. I get emails.
Yeah.
You offended me. Anyway, no, but it's true.
You and me both.
And I tell people this all the time too. If you talk more than 30 seconds at a networking thing, you're talking way too much. And I don't know if this has ever happened to you guys, but you can actually talk yourself out of a sale.
Yes.
just by not shutting up.
I've done it.
Yeah. And when you know that, man, I really blew that one, you know. Like I was ready to sign up, but he won't shut up. Or he won't finish his spiel, you know, that too.
Right.
Like they have to give me the whole thing, the whole presentation. And if I already bought at the beginning, then you have to just stop and make me sign up. You know?
Yes.
But anyway, so sometimes that happens to our members. So we discourage it. That's why we say 30 seconds, be to the point, be interesting, and stop. Anyway, so we did that today, and it was very successful. I don't think we're ever going back to the commercial thing. Unless there's something, you know, that we have to do. That just takes the whole hour, and it's just, don't you think?
I think so. I think the new format that we do right now, it's really good, and a lot of people come away, you know, like feeling like they've accomplished something when they leave.
And that matters.
Yeah.
Right? And you get something.
Yeah.
Because you got the bank guy there, and you got these other really important people, right, in their own companies and whatever. But then they show up to our events, and they won't give it a referral. They just want to check it out. Like, don't come and check me out. Come and give me something. Come on.
Yeah,
You know?
what's up with that?
Well, why? Because otherwise it's not productive, and it's frustrating because, like, for example, you guys doing Legal Shield, you want to talk to people who might be interested in you, but they might not volunteer it. You might have to take it out of them. You know, that's why we do it this way.
Yeah.
Anyway, today was lunch. This afternoon, tonight, 5:30 p.m. at the Chamber offices here on Sawdust, 2219 Sawdust, Suite 1304, where the Piñata is a big event tonight.
Yes.
Tell us about this event, Tony, please.
It's our, our ribbon cutting event. We'll be out there and we'll just be meeting people, talking to everyone, and we're just getting to know each other. We want you to know us so you'll know who you're working with when you work with us. So tonight will be a good night, and we'll have some great tamales from Mama's Tamales.
Wow.
Specially made for us, from corn to chicken to beef and pork. So, hey.
Just tamales.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to have Roberto's tacos. I'm never announcing Roberto's tacos. Oops.
No, you said tamales, but then at the end you said we'll have tacos.
Let that matter.
And I don't know where that came in at. But if you want some Roberto's tacos, I can get you some.
No, we're probably going to go there right now or something. But
Okay.
yeah, that's good. And you know what? You're hitting it on the head. This is important, and I know that this might be offensive, but you know, we're on the radio, so it doesn't matter. Sometimes we get people who are really into health foods, like the really healthy people, you know, and they do ribbon cuttings, and they want to serve healthy food. And I tell them, our membership is not healthy. So if you're trying to give them your food, they're not going to eat your food. You have to give them what they want, you know?
Right, right.
So that's what I appreciate about what you guys are doing. Tamales, yeah, because that's right in there with
Hispanic
food.
Chamber of Commerce. I mean,
Right. Don't give me so tofu.
Yeah.
we got guacamole, we got salsa. I mean, what?
That's the way it's supposed to
Can't
be.
go wrong.
Right.
But that's the idea, because you know there's several folks, not in this part of the country, but in other parts, like in Katy and others, where they will serve you, you know, meatballs made of tofu and of stuff, and you the moment you bite it, you know, this isn't real, you know. But our members are gracious enough. So last week we had a ribbon cutting at Lobster Place. These guys didn't go.
No, couldn't make it that one.
Cape Cod Cafe.
Yeah.
He served real lobster, real everything. So that's what I mean.
Yeah, but we've been able to dine at his facility before, though, and it's great stuff.
At Cape Cod.
Great stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Cape Cod.
So
It's fun.
We were there, and the lady asked my son, did he want to touch a lobster?
Yeah.
So she was thinking he'd be scared. She took the lobster out, he grabbed it, put it on the table, and started poking at it.
Oh.
But he has a really great restaurant. We really enjoyed it.
Okay, those lobsters are pretty frisky too.
Yeah.
They know where they're headed. I mean, you know, they're in the thing there. Anyway, all right. So that's what we have tonight.
Yes.
Ribbon cutting, 5:30 p.m.
5:30 p.m.
Tomorrow we're in Katy. You gone to Katy?
Yes, I've been to Katy before. It's awesome.
And are you planning on being there tomorrow, maybe?
Yes, I'm going to make the drive out there tomorrow as well.
So just so you guys know, for those of you listening that don't know, Colleen also helps us as Vice President of Member Services. And basically what that is that if members have questions, if they have concerns, if they have problems, if they want to schedule something and they can't get a hold of me, in many cases, because Colleen is so nice and so open, she'll receive their emails and answer their phone calls when I won't. Because I'm really busy, and plus I have a bad attitude when it comes to so, guys. But that's
smile.
awesome. She smiles. Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. You know, we need people like you to help us because you know we're guys and we just grunt, right? So yeah. So Thursday you'll be Wednesday.
Wednesday, I'll be out at Katy at Abuelo's. That's where we'll meet at 11:30. Looking forward to it.
And then Thursday is where it gets interesting.
Yes.
That's decision time. 11:30 we're as always in Vintage Park.
Yes.
Okay, that's Vintage Park, Twin Creek Barbecue, 249 in Louetta. But I'm not going to be there Thursday. Because that same day, we're at the Galleria
Yes.
for the grand opening of the Galleria Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. So,
Big day.
well, I don't know. You're probably going to go somewhere.
I'm going to be somewhere. It's going to be interesting.
We don't know where. She'll be, Colleen will surprise everybody that's there. But also then on Thursday, we have another thing which is even different and funkier, which is something inside of Houston. Do you know which one it is? It's a 3 p.m. ribbon cutting for Lindsay Day.
That's right. Oh, my goodness.
That's
awesome.
Thursday. So we'll be doing that as well.
You're going to be pretty busy.
Very busy.
So many things going
I
on
know.
with the chamber.
And then on Friday, we have two things. Well, ribbon cutting in Walmart here on Sawdust.
Yes.
And we have
Lunch at Pinpoint Market.
lunch at Pinpoint Marketing.
Yep.
And Pinpoint Marketing is going to talk about SEO and other things. So it's going to be very busy, very busy. So like we've said, it's all about exposure. It's about visibility, and it's about people doing business. That's what the Chamber of Commerce offers its members. You don't have to be Hispanic to join our chamber, so reach out to one of us and let us know that you're interested. When we come back from break, we're going to talk more in depth with Colleen and Tony about Legal Shield, how the plan works and what it does for people. So please stay with us. We will be right back.
Looking for a bilingual insurance company in the Montgomery County area? Since 2006, the Amel Agency is a family-owned insurance agency, and it all started with Leonard Amel. Now working with 3 full-time agents offering home, auto, life, and umbrella insurance, the Amel Agency works with you to provide the insurance you need. Whether it be for your business or personal needs, they put that need first. The Amel Agency of the Woodlands is open Monday to Friday from 8 to 5. Call today at 832-299-6640 or email them anytime at info@amelagency.com to answer any of your questions. For more information on location and inquiries, look up Amel Agency online at amelagency.com. The Amel Agency, Montgomery County's bilingual insurance agency.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show. With monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776.
Hey guys, this is Connor.
This is Dick.
This is Chris.
And we're with the Ticket Stub Podcast every Thursday live at noon on 104.5 and 106.1 FM in the Conroe area. Also, anytime at irlonestar.com. You go to irlonestar.com/TTS. You can find all of our social media.
And don't forget, we give away 2 tickets to the Grand Theater on every show.
If you like movies and you like complaining or celebrating anything that has to do with the silver screen, check out the Ticket Stub Podcast and join us every Thursday at noon o'clock on Lone Star Community Radio.
We're back. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez with the Hispanic Chamber Connection Radio Show. And thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. A couple things. One, the music. People always ask us, where'd you get that music from? Why is it so funky and so different? When I got the music, I basically bought it somewhere online, but I got it and made sure it was as ethnic as it can possibly be. And it's actually Brazilian.
Nice.
So it's not Mexican, or it would have been mariachis if it would have been Mexican, or something like that. That would have been really ethnic.
Yeah.
But I wanted to really contrast what's going on in Conroe and to exemplify something in Conroe. There's a lot of diversity in Conroe. It's amazing what the fastest growing segment of the population in Conroe is Hispanic.
Nice.
And
Awesome.
and even in the country, Conroe is one of the fastest growing counties or cities, everywhere. So I wanted to be sure that we emphasize the fact that we're not your ordinary, your ordinary broadcast sort of station or program, because before and after us, there's a lot of stuff that's it's country and things like that, and there's nothing wrong with that, except that we're not that. That doesn't mean by any means that you have to be Hispanic to join our chamber. I think that was my point. That it's okay to be, as long as you're cool with the ethnicity and you're cool with the diversity, because you have to be.
Cool with us.
Right, because, and that's what I tell our members, anybody that ever, and this has happened already several times, if they show up thinking that they're better than our members, they're out. And I don't care who they are. Yeah. And so it happened, recently. It's just how it is. Because people come in and say, they're here to handpick the good people or the elites or whatever. That doesn't work, So anyway, bottom line is we're very diverse and we're very inclusive and we're very proud of that. And so that's why the music is the way it is. There was another question that we asked earlier about You're from Trinidad.
Yes. I was born and raised in Trinidad,
This,
Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
sounds like she's very proud of it.
Yes, very much so.
And so, what about your husband? Where did he come from?
Houston, Texas.
So you're 100% straight Houstonian.
100%.
Okay.
Homegrown,
Yeah.
home fed, kicked out at 18,
There you go.
returned to the land at 24. Yeah.
So it's average. I mean, he's had a life for sure. I mean, you were in the
Yes.
military as well.
Yep. Marines and the Army.
Wow.
So,
Okay,
been around.
Couldn't get enough. That's good.
I've had enough now, though.
Yeah. so we're with Colleen and Tony Godot. They do Legal Shield.
Yes.
I said this earlier. I've had a Legal Shield plan for a very, very long time. I used to pay $12 a year, and then something happened. I messed it up, and now they're charging me $17 a year.
Yes.
But it's still a really ancient plan.
Yes.
I've got like 350 hours of free, well, not free, but yes, free time if I ever get sued and go to court. So that's a
Yes.
huge deal, And so I got the benefits. And the way Legal Shield has helped my family and myself is whenever I sign a contract, whenever I'm not sure of something, I call. And I ask them questions about what I'm doing. And the best thing about all this, when I call, after the intake takes my information, they call me right back. And it's always
Right.
a lawyer that calls me back. It's not just some guy or some paralegal.
No
It's like
paralegal.
a real deal,
A real lawyer. Yes.
So I can ask them questions like, should I incorporate? Should I LLC? What do I do? And they give you straight up answers.
Yes.
And that's a major thing. So we're asking Colleen and Tony, especially the spokesperson, which I think is Colleen, who, by the way, just so you guys know, is expecting.
Yes.
And nobody
Yes.
knew. Congratulations, Colleen.
Thank you so much.
As Martha expressed earlier, Martha Flores, who's with us here today also, you can't even tell.
She was being so nice.
Yeah, because I can tell. I know Tony can tell.
Yes, I can tell.
But you're going to be a mom, and you're expecting it in August or something.
Well, I'm going to live through the summertime in Houston. I'm going to expect it in October.
Wow.
So, yeah.
But and then the weird thing is, you're going to get sick of people asking you that question. When is he due? Do you know if it's a boy or a girl? They don't ask real questions like, do you need any food? Like the real. What have you been eating that's weird?
Well, today it was French fries and pickles. That's about as weird as I've gotten thus far. So I'm pretty sure by summertime it's going to be pretty extreme.
And are you getting up early in the morning too? You said, or are they Fruit Loops or what?
Yeah, right at 2:00, I have this insatious.
AM.
Yeah,
AM.
I have this insatious urge for Fruit Loops and milk. So yeah, I eat some cereal at 2 a.m. every
Wow.
morning now.
Oh, now you're doing it every morning.
Yeah,
Every
2
morning.
a.m.
That's why at meetings sometimes you're falling asleep. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Well, let's do this, Colleen. Tell us a little bit. Just go from the very beginning, and just give me a second here. What is Legal Shield, if you don't mind?
So the best way to explain it is a lot of people, well, most people, if you operate a vehicle, you need to have insurance, right? You can't really legally operate a vehicle without that. So Legal Shield is pretty much a similar thing. It's just that you have access to legal support. So anytime you have a need to have a contract reviewed, or you have an issue with a speeding ticket, which, I won't name names, but I'll look around
Yes,
the room.
Yes, I've used them several times. Yeah.
If you ever have a speeding ticket, you don't ever have to worry about an additional out-of-pocket cost for having your tickets addressed and so forth. So it's just an all-inclusive, easy way to have legal access for your family.
And how can somebody get a hold of you if they wanted to talk to you?
A great way for them to get a hold of me is to contact me, 281-380-6736, or you can reach me on our website at tonygodot.com.
Godot. How do you spell Godot?
Goudeau.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, all right. There's a lot more to it, though. This is a very good comment. This will go all over the place. You did a good job.
Thank you.
But there's so much more. For example, about, 7 or 8 years ago, I went to France. Before that, though, I had to renew my passport. And it turned out that I was a guy in Los Angeles who has 2 kids, who'd had a car repossessed, and who was a bad father.
Identity theft, right?
And they'd stolen my identity. It was the second time in my life that they've done that. And I just couldn't, it was terrible, because the passport people had asked me for all kinds of proof that it wasn't me.
Yes.
And just the paperwork.
Yes.
Just a big deal. But then when I did it through Legal Shield, it was so fast. I mean, they were
Yes.
able to take care of it really quickly. Could you explain that benefit a little bit more of the Legal Shield identity theft?
Yeah, certainly. So we have a product called ID Shield. And basically what it is, we partner with the #1 restoration company in the world called Kroll. And they actually have private investigators, licensed private investigators that actually go out and fix your problem. So if you ever have a breach with your identity, someone is claiming your taxes, you know, and it's not you, or someone is doing work and not filing taxes, so you're going to be responsible for that come the next tax period. You just notify our ID Shield private investigators, and they'll go out and fix it. So you won't have to worry about who to call, you know, filling out a whole bunch of extra paperwork. They'll actually do the work for you.
And what do they restore the whole thing all the way through
Yeah,
and
they
through?
they restore everything up to the pre-theft, you know, status, and they give a $5 million service guarantee.
Wow.
Which translates, it's not, you know, how long it'll take or what you got to do. We'll do anything and everything until we get it back to pre-theft status. And what people don't realize is we're not talking about credit card fraud.
Right,
We're talking about passports.
Oh,
we're
yeah, the
talking
whole
about
thing. Yeah.
Social Security. We're talking about driver's license. We're talking about even your health care. That's a big thing now. People are stealing other people's insurance, going to the doctor on their behalf. And then you can imagine if you go to the hospital and you got to get a blood transfusion and somebody else has went and changed your records, that's a life or death situation.
Right. Wow.
And so we do all of that now. And then we do it with licensed professionals. We don't tell you how to do it. We actually get the limited power of attorney and do it for you.
Wow. Okay.
So.
And that's a pretty major thing. But
Yep.
here's the bigger one, too, the one that has saved my life in many occasions. And I know that Tony has been a part of this as well. And that's when, you know, when you speed a little bit, when you go too fast, you get a speeding ticket, or you make a mistake. And you know, like this person who almost ran into me today on our way here. Martha and I were driving up 45, and some 18-wheeler just kind of swerved a little bit, you know. And I wasn't so concerned about him hitting me as much as she was, but I was more worried about the guy to my left. That if I would have opened up further, he would have hit me or something would have happened.
Right.
And the guy in the semi would have just kept driving, like nothing would have happened. And that whole issue, though, how does Legal Shield help someone that has accidents?
Oh, that's a great question. So how that would work, we have a really great app. And at the scene of an actual incident, you can, if you get a ticket, which in this particular instance that may have happened, you just take a picture of the ticket, and it goes directly to the law firm, and within a few hours, an attorney will call you back and let you know what your options are and how you can proceed, and they'll walk you through the entire process.
Wow. Okay. So that's one way that you at least know you're assured you have someone that you can talk to about your problem.
Yes.
So, for example, in incorporating a company, in all of our members that join new or that are already members, I ask them this question all the time: Do you have an accountant and do you have a lawyer? And when they go, like, okay, you don't need a lawyer necessarily. You need access to a lot of lawyers that can give you a lot of answers. And so, even for incorporating a business, you just never know what your options are. So, asking them questions really matters.
Absolutely. You know, realistically, a lot of people feel that they can't afford to have an attorney on retainer. And the great thing about this service is that, you know, for a very, you know, minimal monthly fee, you have access, unlimited access to ask as many questions as you want to just help you make wise decisions in your business. So it's great.
So we're here with Colleen and Tony Godot of Legal Shield. Legal Shield is an incredibly great program. Colleen, give us your phone number one more time, please.
Sure. It's 281-380-6736.
We're also here with Martita Flores. Marta is, and I forget the name of your company, Marta. Give it to us.
Altus Consulting Group.
Yes, that. She talks about, well, I guess, does a lot of things like 401ks. Stuff.
Yes, retirement plans for small businesses.
There you go. So when we come back, we'll discuss even further the details of Legal Shield and get maybe into some examples and some things like that and how people can actually begin to really use their program. So please stay with us. We'll be right back. And we'll see you in a little bit.
Looking for a bilingual insurance company in the Montgomery County area? Since 2006, the Amell Agency is a family-owned insurance agency, and it all started with Leonard Amell. Now working with 3 full-time agents offering home, auto, life, and umbrella insurance, the Amell Agency works with you to provide the insurance you need. Whether it be for your business or personal needs, they put that need first. The ML Agency of the Woodlands is open Monday to Friday from 8 to 5. Call today at 832-299-6640 or email them anytime at info@mlagency.com to answer any of your questions. For more information on location and inquiries, look up ML Agency online at mlagency.com. The ML Agency, Montgomery County's bilingual insurance agency.
Remember to download the Lone Star Community Radio app from your Google Play Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM 104.5, 106.1. If you are on your computer, bookmark irlonestar.com as your internet radio station. Lone Star Community Radio, broadcasting 24/7 from the heart of downtown Conroe, Texas.
For those of you who like your partners, your gumbo, and your music salty, well, we're here to help with the music. Julian Shea here, host of Lone Star Country Nights Thursday, your weekly dose of roots and Americana and all the music that makes this part of the country special. We stir in Western swing, honky-tonk, Zydeco, Texas blues, outlaw country, and put a pinch of red dirt, and then we smoke it over a slow fire. Then listen to the results Thursday nights on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 and worldwide at irlonestar.com.
And we're back. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez with the Hispanic Chamber Connection Radio Show. Remember, you don't have to be Hispanic to join our chamber. You don't have to be Hispanic to be on our program. And about 70% of our chamber population is female. That's one. About 50% of our population, if not more, 55%, maybe 60% of our entire chamber base, 425 members, are not Hispanic. And it's weird because I don't think there's such a thing as an all-Hispanic group in Houston. You know, some say they are, but I've gone to them like, no, there's a whole bunch of gringos in here. What's going on? You know? And the thing is, honestly, guys, it really doesn't matter. But the only problem I see with it is that more Hispanic people don't show up. Even if they join, they don't show up.
Right.
And that to me is a problem because they don't believe that they can do the same thing that I guess white folks can do with networking. You know. So we have African American folks in our chamber. We have, like I said, a lot of Latino people and everything else. For whatever reason, their boss shows up, or the representation of their company, but it's not the ethnic minority person that was first attracted to us. You know? Right. And that's everywhere. It's here. It's in Katy. It's everywhere else. You know. Okay. And so it's just a different culture, and it is what it is, right? I mean, you know, Martita's tried and had all kinds of different groups all over town. You know, she's a celebrity.
Yes, she is.
But you've also seen that, right?
I have. I have seen that mostly everywhere you go. It's all English, and so or English origin or something like that. But and I share the same opinion as Carlos. I think that needs to be promoted a little bit more in the Hispanic community as well. You know, knowing what is out there too. So.
And the thing as well. And like we say, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it inherently. I mean, we want to do business with whoever wants to do business with us. Right. You know, it's just one of those things that if you're an idealist and you say, I want a 100% Hispanic or 100% African American group, that's not going to happen.
Right.
You know, and if it does, it's not even good that it happened because you're going anti-diversity. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
And then that being said, there are groups in this part of the country that are all like, you know,
correct.
There's no diversity.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. That's just what we're looking at. That's life, and there you go. So I wonder, Colleen and Tony, could you guys give us maybe an example of something that you've seen recently of someone who was actually like a real case study of someone who was actually helped? I have many, so if you don't find one in your memories, I got one or two of just folks that have been helped incredible.
I have one in particular. I was walking the neighborhood one day, just out greeting the neighbors, and so one of the neighbors was outside. So we struck up a conversation, and she owns a daycare, in-house daycare, and she began to tell me how a lot of her customers were avoiding her. They owed her money, and she's keeping the kids still, and they're avoiding her going down the other street, you know. But they'll pick up their kid, and she's 70, and she's really nice, so she doesn't want to push them away because she's thinking about the kid. So I asked her, has she ever considered Legal Shield? She's like, no, I never heard of it. So I told her about it, and she says, but I don't want to offend anybody. I said, you won't.
Yeah.
I said, I'll do it for you. I said, no problem. And so we signed her up. She sent some letters to her clients, and they quickly brought her the money and said they didn't know, it was that serious. I said, no, it's her money. And so then a week later, she called me back over to the house, and she was concerned because she is 70 and she didn't have a will. And so in our program, a will is included. So we got her signed up for a will. She's comfortable now. She knows where her things are going to go. Once she passes, she knows what kid is going to get what, because that was a concern, because she didn't want the kids fighting over who was going to do this and who was going to do that and who's going to get the house. So we put all that out in the will. So now she's comfortable. She's good. She's getting her money. So I guess you can say she's retiring comfortably, but she's still working, right?
Sure.
So that's one really good example of how we really help people.
So a lot of small business owners don't know that Legal Shield will actually do that kind of work for you. That they'll send letters, they'll collect, they help you with collections. They're not a collection agency, but they'll help you. And the biggest thing with that, guys, just to understand, it's very different when somebody gets an invoice, even if it's invoice number 15 from you, than when they get an invoice number 1 from a lawyer.
A law firm.
Or a law firm, one of the biggest law firms in Texas.
Yes.
And they get that, and people immediately go, okay, I'll pay, So what are you, Colleen? What's on your mind with this? Give us an example. What have you seen?
Yeah, well, I have a great example that actually affected me. So I got to experience how our ID Shield service really works. So I had a breach in my identity, and breach. Someone a breach. So it started out with just like a credit card. Like my card was skimmed.
I won't even say. Yeah.
And then it kind of snowballed into some other things. So of course my bank took care of all of the necessary things that they needed to take care of. But I learned during that whole process that I had to file a police report online because they couldn't, come to the site when I, say, hey, this is the gas station, and this is the pump.
Sure.
But for Harris County, they only have two, resources actually assigned for all identity theft issues.
That's it?
Two.
How many million people in Harris County?
Yeah, for all of Harris County.
Yeah.
So as you can imagine, their resources are stretched very, thinly. And so nonetheless, nothing was done there. But my private investigators through ID Shield, they did a full scan of my credit activity and so forth. And they found that there was someone working in my name that was not female. I don't know how they twisted Colleen to be male. They probably put a hyphen, something. But they were working in a coal mine. And it was very different to what my previous history was. Yeah.
Wow.
And so my background has been corporate HR for many years. So they thought that was very different to my line of work. And they were able to identify it. They were able to go clean it up with all the credit bureaus and the IRS and so forth. So that person couldn't get away with claiming or working and not filing any taxes, which I would have been liable for that tax season. So that was my story.
Wow, pretty incredible.
Thank you.
And they were able to help you with for only a minimum amount monthly. It's a membership.
Yeah, it was a very minimal monthly charge, and they took care of everything. I didn't have to do anything, lift any,
You didn't have to lose any time from work.
Right.
You didn't have to, stay on the phone for hours and all that. They did it all for her.
And that's what another thing, because I have talked to certain members, and they know who they are if they're listening, who sometimes say, well, I do it myself. Like, no, you don't. You don't have the time. It's not your expertise. What are you talking about? But that's what they don't consider, that they think they can. Maybe a person can do it by themselves, but they don't have, like I said, they don't know what they're doing necessarily, and that's what Legal Shield does. That's their forte. So something else Legal Shield does, I think, that is worth mentioning. Talk a little bit about document review, and what kind of documents do they review for us? Like if I just bought a car, and you know how they have the really long paper. It's just like a long thing, like almost on purpose. You can't fax it or anything like that. Yeah. What does Legal Shield do to help you with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are usually lots of pages and lots of X's or highlighter that says sign here or initial here. But the great value that our customers get is that they can send over a copy of that contract and have a lawyer actually review it. A lawyer that specializes in reviewing contracts. So it's not someone guessing. It's someone that actually knows what they're looking at, and they can find the holes in that contract. So you're signing something that's in your best interest, or they can at least advise you on where those holes are, and you can make an informed decision on whether or not you want to sign it or not.
And that's part of your membership.
It's part of the membership. Yeah.
Because Dr. Carlos, people think they don't have to deal with lawyers. But if you paid for a cell phone, you've bought a car, a lawyer wrote those contracts up. So you've dealt with somebody, just wasn't yours. We give you the ability to have your own lawyer, look at your own contracts in your own best interest.
Absolutely.
Basically.
And that's a big deal, you know, because it's not just a matter of you just never know when something's going to happen, and you don't have to do it because you're litigious or because you are, trying to hurt or go after someone. You do it because you want to protect yourself and protect your family. So you want to be informed.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's really funny to me. Sometimes when, people are considering the membership and so forth, I usually, sometimes I get the feedback of, I just want to look over it, or I haven't had the time to look over all the pages and so forth. And I think to myself, well, did you look over all the pages of the contract that you signed up for your kid's cell phone? Did you look over all of the, everything?
Exactly.
And so, you usually just sign off and you just assume that it's in your best interest.
Sure.
So.
And there's another one. Parents who have children who are teenagers. And we have several in our chamber who their kids, they just bought them cars because we have other members that sell cars, so they're buying cars. How do you help a 16-year-old who's just getting ready, to get on the road?
Well, it's amazing, the support that we can provide to parents, the peace of mind. The main thing is that, kids are going to get, into accidents. You try your best, you train them as best as you can, but, they make mistakes sometimes. And when they do, the first thing that they do is panic. So the great thing about having our service is that with an app, they can actually press an emergency button and get an attorney on the line with them to advise them and guide them so they're not saying something that could get them into more trouble, or at least, keep them calm so they don't say something that could get them into trouble.
Sure.
It can definitely diffuse situations as well, so nothing gets escalated, and at the end of the day, your kid comes home.
Right.
So that's the main thing. And then on the flip side, for the parents' peace of mind, for the parents, they don't have to worry about their kids' traffic, violations actually increasing their insurance premiums because we can make sure it stays off their record.
Very good. Okay, so
I'm sorry.
We're with Colleen and Tony Godot talking about Legal Shield and all the interesting features and benefits that it offers its members. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have a legal plan, you should have one. That's how simple that is. It's just like insurance of any other type. And you don't know when you're going to need it. The good thing about this is it's knowledge, and it protects you, and it really does help your family. So when we come back, we're going to get more details and maybe some more phone numbers and just go from there. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Looking for a bilingual insurance company in the Montgomery County area? Since 2006, the Amell Agency is a family-owned insurance agency, and it all started with Leonard Amell. Now working with 3 full-time agents offering home, auto, life, and umbrella insurance, the Amell Agency works with you to provide the insurance you need. Whether it be for your business or personal needs, they put that need first. The Amell Agency of the Woodlands is open Monday to Friday from 8 to 5. Call today at 832-299-6640 or email them anytime at info@amellagency.com to answer any of your questions. For more information on location and inquiries, look up Amell Agency online at amellagency.com. The Amell Agency, Montgomery County's bilingual insurance agency.
Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question, comment about one of our shows? Want to know how to reach a host? Just contact the station on irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
Hispanic Chamber Connections with Dr. Carlos Sanchez, President of the Woodlands-Conroe Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, featuring event announcements, member highlights, and more. Tuesdays at 1 p.m., broadcasting from the heart of Conroe, Texas on irlonestar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
We're back. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez with the Hispanic Chamber Connection Radio Show. A couple of things real quick. Number one is I heard a little bit about the commercial that was going on before we came back, talking about YouTube and about the fact that this radio station and the people here can help you with the YouTube channel and things like that. Well, if you're a member of our Chamber of Commerce, you know that YouTube is mandatory. Like, our members are not going to be successful unless they follow a certain pattern, and that pattern is that they have to be on all social media platforms. That includes YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn, those 5. And you're touching those 5 every day somehow. Maybe not so much on LinkedIn because that's a little bit less, but all the other ones, yeah, you can do every day. Okay. So the question is for our guests today, Colleen Godot and Tony.
Okay.
Colleen, do you have a YouTube channel?
I don't have a YouTube channel right now, but Tony does,
Okay.
that I leech off of.
And you also have a website. What's your website? What's the website?
Yes, it is TonyGodot.com.
Okay, so that's where you do the leeching?
Yeah, I link into his leeching.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys do maybe some YouTube, what am I saying? Some videos and stuff like that.
Yes.
We have a couple out there where we just get online and just talk about life and just excelling and moving forward. And we'll share about a minute and a half and then get off the, yeah.
Okay, so there you go. So that's the idea, though. And every Monday when we come to my office, we talk about and strategize on how to make it work better and better. You know? And because we do have in our chambers people who actually do this for money,
Yes.
like for real.
Yes.
And they're the ones that, when they're patient enough, teach us some stuff. We know that the young people, like this chap here, our producer, and everything else, these guys already know what they're doing, they say, you know?
Yeah.
And that's fine. But we do read the books that say, for example, if you go to the bookstore, it says YouTube for seniors,
Yes.
you know? Facebook for dummies,
Yes.
that's us.
Yes.
And who cares? We're going to get there anyway. When we
Yeah.
do, we'll dominate.
Yes.
That's why I was asking you. Anyway, okay, so what about you, Martita?
I do. Actually, I do. I haven't been very active on the YouTube, but I do have one.
There you go. She's got one out
Yeah.
there. Well, she's a celebrity. She better have
I
it.
know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the biggest question that our listeners are dying to know the answer to, is why do you guys do Legal Shield? You do this full time, Colleen. This is
Yes.
what you do. And so give us a little bit about your why. Why is this so important to you?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
absolutely. So, my why, it's my 3-year-old son, and now
Ooh,
my brewing little one.
Brewing.
My brewing
He's
little
cooking.
one, yeah. You don't have to go very far to see injustice. You turn on the television, you see it every day. You hear about things, and I do want a better future for my children. And I think a lot of people want the same for their children as well. So for me, I do this because I think that a great opportunity for people to address injustice is to know their rights and to have access to affordable means to have access to their rights. And so that's why I do it. That's my why.
Okay. And do you ever go out and speak to groups and talk to people about your why and things like that?
Yeah, I've gone out to a couple of businesses, and we spoke to their employees and so forth about the services and so forth and the benefits to them. So, yeah, that's my platform. I really am passionate about, giving people their voice back.
Tell us a little bit about your upbringing, Colleen. That I know you shared that before, and I think it's really interesting.
Yeah.
Just the way you grew up and how you saw the injustice and how that's propelled you to what you're doing now.
Absolutely. So for me, I grew up in Trinidad, and at the age of 5, my mother left Trinidad to migrate to the United States. And the reason for it was that my father was killed. He was actually murdered just a few months after I was born. And we learned very quickly that the people that don't know and the people that don't have get taken advantage of very easily. And so that was part of my upbringing, just seeing that. And so when my mother migrated to the States, it was the intent for her to be with us, be reunited with us within the next year. But she didn't know and she didn't have. And so she was taken advantage of very easily. And unfortunately, she was taken advantage of by lawyers that took her money and then disappeared. And we weren't reunited until I was 16. So from age 5 to 16, my mother existed as a voice to me over the phone. But, we're together again. And, this has just really been an easy way for me to champion that, just seeing it and living it so often. The people that don't know where to go for legal support or the right legal support, and the people that don't have the money to afford it, they get taken advantage of every day, so we help.
I should have videoed the whole thing. I screwed it up, so sorry, guys. But we'll get this video on video for sure later.
Okay.
Because that story, I think, is very compelling. Yeah. And it'll get people thinking, and it'll make them act. So the only thing is, if you want more information, if you want to talk to Colleen, if you want to figure out what your situation is with Legal Shield, it's very inexpensive. How can they reach you, Colleen, again?
Absolutely. They can give me a call at 281-380-6736, or you can just find us online at tonygodot.com. That's TonyGoudEAU.com.
Do you have a Facebook page?
Yes, I do. It's Colleen Godot.
Okay.
You can look me up.
So Colleen Godot also has her Facebook, her business page, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, all that.
Yes.
Just look up Colleen Godot. It's easy enough to spell, no problem, and you'll find her.
Yes.
And if not, just come to the chamber, call one of the chamber members, and we'll hook you up. Tony, what about you? Why are you doing this, Tony?
All my life, I've been in a servant mode, meaning Marines, Army, all that was serving my country, serving people. So this is an easy fit for me because it's still serving people. And a lot of times people are done wrong. People have problems and issues and they don't know where to turn to. So this is another means of saying, hey, how can I help you? How can I give you something that you can take with you the rest of your life and use it every day for everyday situations, good and bad, and you come out okay. My thing is the little guy coming out okay. If I can get the little guy to come out okay, I've done my job. I'm okay.
Very good. Because I've said this. I mean, I've had it for more than 20 years. Honestly, when it was prepaid legal, and all the guys that were running, it's so weird, but all the people that were running it when I joined are not around anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, they've transitioned. From Harlan Stone Cipher to Dave Savola to people like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but the mission is stronger than ever.
Right.
And although the Houston market is it's an interesting market, you go to different parts of the country, and this thing is it's unbelievable. It's a movement.
Yeah.
Dallas, and it's just parts that are really incredible.
Right.
So where could people look at prepaid at Legal Shield? Do you guys hold meetings? Is there a way to access this in a different way? Maybe is there a website or something?
We have several briefings around Houston. We have one that we attend regularly on Tuesdays at the
At Hyatt Regency, out there close to the airport. Let's see,
Ooh, that's
Imperial
today.
Valley.
You guys not going to go?
No, we're not going to go. We're going to go to one on Thursdays, which is at the
That's funny. Blame it on
Gulf
her.
Coast.
I know, right?
It's at the Gulf,
It's at a country club
Country club.
out there in Cypress area.
Cypress area.
If people need specifics,
Yep.
I didn't understand a word they said. They're fighting.
They can go to TonyGodot.com.
There you go.
Or they can call us at 281-380-6736, and we can answer all questions, give them the right guidance, the right directions, whatever they need.
Go with your phone number one more time, a little bit slower.
Sure, it's 281-380-6736.
Okay, so we've got something interesting for you guys.
Okay.
Martita Flores, who runs, she'll tell you what she does. But she's explained earlier, just a few minutes ago, that she wants to join, that she would like to sign up. And I'd like to ask Martha, why? Why would you like to join?
Well, yes. I have been involved actually without knowing, unfortunately. I had co-signed a vehicle for an ex-spouse and for a business that he was running, and unfortunately I'm still involved. This is a school district that is actually taking us to court, and and they say the vehicle was in your name. Doesn't matter if you were in the business or not. Doesn't matter.
Wow.
It's
So
still
you want a
your
legal
property.
plan for what purpose? To help you?
To represent me, how to get
Right.
out of that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So to answer your questions and things like that.
Yes, to answer my questions, give me some guidance, because I don't know. It's like I'm not an attorney, and I don't know what the proper questions to ask, and I don't know what are the steps to take.
No, and that's the biggest way.
That's the
Yeah.
beauty.
That's the thing, is because we don't know, and even if we think we do know, if you're not a lawyer and if you're not involved, and if you're not, and that's the good thing, is that Legal Shield will represent you with whatever specialized attorney you need.
Yes.
And so that, because I've used it several times. Okay, one more time, Colleen. Number and website, please.
Absolutely. It's 281-380-6736, and the website is TonyGodot.com.
Very good. So we've been talking to Tony Godot and to Colleen Godot. The husband and wife, the team, they work Legal Shield full-time. That's what they do, and they can help you get a Legal Shield plan in place in minutes. And it's very inexpensive, and I encourage you entirely to do this because, like I said, you don't know what you don't know, or when you're going to need an attorney. And trust me, guys, injustice is out there all over the place, or just being taken advantage of is out there a lot, and we need to be informed. So thank you so much for being on the program, Colleen.
Thank you so much. It was great.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, sir. And thank you, Martita.
Thank you. Thank you.
So guys, we'll see you again next week. We're going to be talking to someone else from our Chamber of Commerce. We look forward to seeing you at our upcoming events. Thanks again for being on our program. And this is Dr. Carlos Sanchez with the Hispanic Chamber Connection saying thank you and have a great week.
Thank you for checking out this production of Lone Star Community Radio. Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's community radio station. Don't forget to check out this show and many others across the Lone Star Community Radio Network, either live on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, the Lone Star Internet Radio app, or irlonestar.com's live audio stream, and on replay on podcast, Channel 12's Our City TV in Conroe, or Channel 21 KVQT in Houston, and of course their YouTube channel. This production is copyrighted and all rights are reserved by Lone Star Community Radio. Have a question regarding this program or other Lone Star Community Radio shows? Want to sponsor or start your own show? Call the station message line at 936-647-3776 or email the station at lscrstudios@gmail.com.